hope from this is to kind of understand both the beneficial outcomes of growing switchgrass. So can we increase soil fertility? Can it be potentially a useful bioenergy crop? As well as trying to understand how nitrogen moves around in systems, which is actually really interesting to me. Nitrogen is one of the most important nutrients that we have in terrestrial systems. It's often the most limiting, so it's important for us to understand how it's moving around.
It has big implications for sustainability, how we use nitrogen and apply nitrogen. A big microbial player in the nitrogen cycle are nitrogen fixers. One really neat area that would link a lot of these ideas together, a lot of the thinking about the plants and thinking about the microbes, is nitrogen fixation.
Nitrogen fixation is the process by which atmospheric nitrogen, so N2, is taken up by microbes. Plants can stimulate microbes to fix nitrogen by exuding carbon from their roots. Ends up converting that N2 into ammonium. That ammonium is then used to build proteins inside the cell, but in cases where the microbe is fixing lots of nitrogen, you can get excess ammonium, which the microbe releases from its body. And then that ammonium becomes available to plants or other microbes in the area.
Amp up the biological nitrogen fixation, you get more nutrients for the plant, but it's also more retained in the system, it's cheaper.
That benefits us both from having some sort of renewable source of energy, but it also helps us look at ways that are very environmentally friendly because we're not putting anything extra into the system. And they actually, over time, allow carbon to accumulate in the soil, and they ultimately turn these marginal lands back into sort of productive systems.
We have plots in this project that have fertilizer application and plots that don't. So we can really directly look at the implications of developing on these degraded lands and what will happen if you continue to add fertilizer, and if you don't, will the biology step up to the plate?
By understanding how microbes influence plants, plants influence microbes, we can have a more sustainable future in terms of all of crop production.